Hey, this is Chris. Hope you're doing well, and welcome to Popcorn Finance, where we discuss finance and about the time it takes to make a bag of popcorn. We're here live at FinCon 2017 in Dallas, Texas, and I'm joined by another guest, a special guest, another first-time attendee like me, Tyler from whenthemoney'sgood.com. How are you doing, Tyler?
I'm great. I'm tired, overwhelmed.
This conference has taken a lot of energy from me.
Yes, and to be I'm an introvert, so I drain very easily. Like I am tired and like so much energy.
I agree. I'm the same way, and it takes so much for me to keep the energy up. Right before a award ceremony they had here, I was fading. I had to go up to my hotel room and eat some food and kind of just sit there because I didn't know how much longer I was going to last.
Exactly. Quiet. I just need peace and quiet.
So being this your first time here at FinCon, what are your impressions? How do you feel? How do you like it?
Oh man, I love it. Everybody that I've met so far has been great. Everybody's really, really nice. There's so much going on. There's so much to learn, and I'm always like, learn. I think education is the best part of your life. You should always be willing and curious to, pick up new things, whether that be finance, whether that be like WordPress, I don't know, something random. But, I think it's so much information to be absorbed. There's so many great people here who are willing to help and who are just open about sharing their experiences and so on and so forth. So it's been a really great experience, and I see myself coming back next year.
Oh, it's good. Same here. It's like after experiencing this, you got to come back again, right?
Yeah.
Right. And so in addition to being a new attendee to the conference, you're also a new blogger, right?
I am. I launched my blog on October 18th.
Oh, nice. You're a super new blogger.
It's called When the Money's Good. So I actually started my blog in 2015, but I was not consistent. I had about 3 posts, and I was working on a 4th one, and then I went to Bermuda, and everything fell off.
Did you get lost in the triangle?
I got super lost in the triangle. I don't know what happened. But, I wanted to write about my experiences through life and, what it was like to be a couple years out of school and kind of struggling with, everything that was going on. So I'm living paycheck to paycheck in an apartment out on the outskirts of D.C. Where rent is like $1,400 a month, and I only make like $3,000 a month. So, that's almost half of my salary. Yeah.
That's hard.
Yeah.
I just recently found out how expensive DC was.
DC is the most expensive place that I have ever lived in my life.
I didn't know, because I live in Southern California, so to me, I'm like, oh, every place is cheap, but this, I didn't know DC was that high.
DC is really, I think DC, New York, and maybe one other place that I can't remember right now, but they're really expensive. That you would never think that they were that expensive.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, but for a 2-bedroom, I think in DC it's about $2,400.
Yeah, so that is pretty close to what we're dealing with out there. Yeah, that is bad.
Yeah.
So for your blog, you're basically explaining your experience dealing with these issues from the perspective of someone recently graduated and trying to really start your life, because that's a hard part of your life.
Oh, right.
Going from being a broke student to being a broke employed person.
Even broker. No, yeah. It's just all about my experience and all about the things that I face as a quote unquote millennial, since everybody loves that word. Just the things that I go through on a regular basis, like paying rent that was way too high, or having a dog that I didn't realize could get expensive at some point in my life. And my dog is great. By the way, I don't want to say that my dog isn't great, but, just little things that kind of pop up or pop in and out, especially in the city or on the outskirts of the city, because D.C. or Arlington is right outside of D.C., so Arlington or that part of Northern Virginia can get very expensive as well.
Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't know that. So how would you describe your experience going from a student venturing out into the working world, dealing with all this? Did you feel like you were prepared? Did you feel like stuff caught you off guard?
So I went to Hampton University.
Oh, okay, I know.
Real HU. I wouldn't say that I wasn't prepared. I was prepared enough to be in the workplace. I was prepared enough to go into the corporate world and hold my own. When it came to living on my own, I probably wasn't as prepared as I should have been. Yeah. When I was in school, I was like living in a dorm, and I only lived on my own for 1 year, which was my grad year out of school. And even then I was living off of refund check money. So it was really, it was awkward. I knew how to manage my money. Like, I'm a business major. I have my MBA. Like, I should know how to create a budget and all these things. But, I didn't. And when I got out of school, it was kind of just like, okay, let's go with the flow. You got a check now. Like, let's do what it do. So I can't say that I was fully prepared, even though a lot of the things that I love to learn about dealt with personal finance and money. So I think there's a lot more that needs to be taught in school.
Yes.
As well as in the home, about living on your own and so on and so forth.
And I definitely agree, because I was a business major, I was a finance major in college, but none of that really gets you ready. I was fortunate because I was a finance major, but my emphasis was in personal finance, like a financial advisor track. Oh. So I got some of that education, and I still messed up. I went to school 4 years and I still messed up, even though I knew the information. But then it's even worse for someone who goes through school, and that's not even a GE, like a personal finance class is not even a GE. It's not required education. Right. So how would anyone know these skills if their parents didn't teach them?
Exactly.
I mean, our parents most of the time didn't really know the right way to do it anyway. Exactly. So it's like you can't expect someone who doesn't know to teach somebody else.
Right.
So yeah, it's hard to come out of school and then, I'm going to set up this budget. I'm going to save this much. I'm going to invest this way. It just doesn't come naturally.
Yeah. Unless you learn that beforehand. And I know some people like that I grew up with, they did know. But, my parents, it's kind of just like we're going here with the flow. And even now my parents look to me to like kind of take charge of their finances in a few years, and I'm like, guys, like, this is not how this is supposed to work. But I think it's the generational thing where you aren't taught a certain thing year after year after year after year. You're not going to hold on to it. You're not going to know what to do. Yeah. So unfortunately, you get to a point where it's just kind of like a pattern, and at some point somebody has to break the pattern, and I wanted to be the person that broke the pattern.
I think that's a great way to put it. A great way to put it. I was going to say something else, but I was like, that was so good. I'm just going to leave it at that. I'm not going to say anything else. So Tyler, happy I met you here. Another first-time visitor at FinCon.
Same.
I'll be happy to see you again. We'll be veterans. We'll have a year under our belt. We'll tell the new people what they're supposed to be doing.
Exactly. So. It'll be fun. It'll be great.
Is there anything that you want to share with us about what's going on with you, with the blog, anything before we go?
So I just want to say, like I said, I'm just starting out. So it'd be great to pick up some new followers, pick up some people that I don't know. Follow me at When Money's Good on Twitter and When the Money's Good on Instagram, and there will be updates.
Oh, nice. I really like the name, whenthemoneyisgood.com. I think that's a good name.
Thank you.
Good choice. All right, so Tyler, thank you. Appreciate you being here. And I definitely look forward to seeing what else you're going to be doing. I know after this you're going to be motivated and see a lot of big things.
I hope so. It was overwhelming. It really was. And there was a point where I was like, I don't know if I can do this, but no, thank you. And I hope to see the same for you.
Oh, thank you. Appreciate it. All right. I'll talk to you soon.
All right.
Just wanted to say another big thank you to Tyler from whenthemoneyisgood.com for stopping by and spending a little bit of time with me to talk about her blog and all the things she has going on. It was a lot of fun, and I'm sure many of you couldn't tell, but this was her very first podcast interview, very first time on a podcast, period. So I think she did a great job. She's natural at it, and just honored that it was with me on this show. So appreciate it. Please go check out all the things she has going on. And this will just be one of many interviews to come. I know I mentioned FinCon a couple of times now, and what that is it's a financial blogger and podcast conference that they hold each year, and it's a place where all of us who are doing this thing get together to learn and grow and share information, and it was a great place to meet a lot of new people. So please stay on the lookout for new episodes that'll be coming where I've got to talk with a lot of these people. And as always, if you want to keep up with what's going on with the podcast, you can subscribe on iTunes, Google Play Store, pretty much any place you can get a podcast, we're there. And also, if you want to just follow up on the day-to-day, whatever things I have going on here, you can follow the show at Popcorn Finance Podcast on Instagram and at Popcorn Finance on Twitter and Facebook, or you can just swing by popcornfinance.com. All right, so I'm going to get out of here. My voice is shot. I've been doing way more talking the past few days than I've done in a very, very long time. So, but before I go, I just wanted to say, appreciate you taking some time to listen to the show. I know so many other things you could be doing, so I appreciate you spending some of that time here. Hope you have an amazing rest of your week, and I'll talk to you soon.